Welcome to Insider Internet Success. In this video, we're going to explore the idea of working naked. And of course, if you're interested, some other bare essentials too. So join me in a few moments as we strip down. If you want to make this the year that you're going to make online business work for you, if you're going to make this the year that you're going to get leads, sales, revenue online, then there's one thing that you need to master, and that's working naked. Now, I don't mean getting yourself pumped up, and I don't mean allowing your chest to come up and you're breathing too deep, and that's not what I'm talking about. What am I talking about here? I'm talking about two things. Number one, as an entrepreneur, you need to master the art of working alone, being able to work alone and still achieve the things that you want to achieve. And of course, for number two, for some of you, and I know this doesn't apply to all of you, but for some of you, the idea of waking up in the morning and just a massive yawn and then getting up and moving up to the computer room, or even if the computer room's maybe on your bed when you get up with your laptop in your boxes as you are, and just doing what it is you need to do. So two parts to it. Working as an entrepreneur, making that effective for you, and number two, of course, just working in your undies or in your boxes or whatever it is as you get up and you look in the internet, you check your account, you see how much money you've made, you see how it's worked for you, or you just get on to build what it is you want to build. So how does that work? What has that got to do with working naked? Let's explore that. Okay, so this is the year, right? This is the year that you and I are deciding that this is the year you're going to make it online. It's the year when, I don't know what reason, maybe it's the end of the year or whatever philosophy you believe, but this is the year where it's going to happen. Absolutely. If it hasn't happened yet for you, or if it has, but it's about to grow bigger, this is the year. So what are you going to need to make that happen? Well, working naked, working on your own, being focused is the key. So you need to figure out how you're going to find more focus in your life. Now, that means in your business, if you're working on getting more leads into your website, getting more people to come and visit, you've got to focus in and say, well, how exactly am I going to do that this year? If it's about generating sales and having more people phone you or more people email you or more people click on PayPal, you've got to ask yourself, what am I going to do this year? What am I going to focus on as the key methods to do that? And then every single day, what am I going to focus on so that each day gives me the best result? Now, this is what I do, right? Every night before I go to bed, I write down the 6 key things that I need to focus on for the next day. 6 key things that are going to be very important in what I do tomorrow. So that if I complete those 6 things the next day, it means that I'll have had a fulfilled day, the day would have worked well, I wouldn't have any incompletions, I'll feel like I've done what I need to do in that day to move myself forward. But if I don't do some of those things, or all of those things, and if I don't move myself forward, then it's been a day that I've wasted yet again. So what is it that you need to do? Maybe create this habit, create this ritual in your life where maybe the night before, if you're working a job and you're trying to build your internet business on the side, or just pick one key thing you need to do tomorrow, and then do the same thing tomorrow for the day after, and then that day for the day after, just one key thing that you need to do. Maybe it's write a blogging article, maybe it's going to Facebook and setting up some Facebook ads, maybe it's creating a squeeze page, maybe it's writing a sales page, maybe it's writing the book that you need to sell. Whatever it is that you're working on, pick one key thing and do it next year. And if you keep this much in focus, within just 30 days, even less than that, within just 30 days, you will be way ahead than where you've been in the last 30 days. So just find that focus, because when you're working naked, it's so easy to get yourself in all sorts of different positions, right? Excuse the pun. But when you're working in that situation, you have the idea that, okay, well, there's time later on, I'll do it later on, or I can just go on Facebook, and by the time you finish Facebook, it's 2 hours down the line and you haven't got the thing done. So focus, bring focus into the work that you're doing. Part of also working at home, and I always recommend that if you're working at home and you're working in your boxes, don't work on the bed, move away from the bed, create your own special space for where you're going to work, where your magic is going to happen in your work, as opposed to where your magic is going to happen in the bed, and then make that the space that you're going to do that. But that space, how should that space be? Well, I always love to have a space that's completely clutter-free. If you look at some of my other videos and you see me on my desk recording, you'll see that there's nothing else on my desk apart from maybe a music player and my laptop and maybe a notebook for some notes. There's nothing else there. Because as entrepreneurs, we're creative people. We're people that like to think, like to allow thoughts to come in and then grow like that. We don't just sit there on the computer and do stuff day in, day out. We allow new ideas to grow in us, and those ideas can flourish. And the only way that can happen is if you're in a vibrant environment, if you're out in the fresh air, or if you've got nothing to distract you. But the moment that you have papers on the desk and you have stationery and emails and AOL making that sound in your email like they used to many years ago, whatever it is, the moment you have all these things coming up, they start to distract you. Yeah, your mind just goes in such weird directions, and then in a split second you get all these different things that say, well, I need to do that, I need to do that. But actually no, I'm focusing 30 minutes on this activity. And until you clear that distraction, you're going to keep having this problem occur over and over again. So 2 key tips there for making your life easier when you're working naked. Number 1, as an entrepreneur, create this focus every day. Create some time where you're going to do just this every single day. Maybe it's 1 thing, maybe it's 6 things. Just start off slow and see what you can handle. And then the next thing is for you to make sure your environment is clear so you get the best. Do these 2 things and you're on your way to gold. Very quickly, very easily. Just be focused, work in a clear environment, and you'll get the result you want. Whether you're working naked, really or not, it doesn't matter, but that's what you got to do. I hope that's been useful, a quick nugget as to things that I use that work very well for me, and I hope that you'll use them as well. If you've enjoyed this video, as always, press like, press tweet to get it onto Twitter. Leave us a comment. How do you enjoy working naked? What do you do? What's your environment like? Do you even eat lunch? Do you wake up for breakfast, or do you just get on the laptop and work all the way? Write down in the comments below, leave your comments, let us know what you think, and I look forward to sharing with you some more stuff very soon.